Oh, hello there. So glad you could join me. What am I doing? I'm painting my fingernails. Oh my goodness. I so seldom get time to just sit down and paint my fingernails. And I've decided that I'm going to find all the good things that I can from this season in what's going on in our country and the world. And so painting my fingernails is one of them, because now I have time to sit down and paint my fingernails. And one of the things that we need to be doing in this time is really looking at what we do have. What do we have in our hand? In fact, if you hop over to our Instagram, let me go there now with you. There's a beautiful tile that went up today with a quote, which is really, really inspiring. If my computer will load, I can get you there. But basically, it talks about pretty much that. It talks about what we can do with what we've got right now. Maybe the opportunity we need is in our hand already. Okay, it's loaded now. So the tile says your big opportunity may be right where you are now. And then there's a quote, Napoleon Hill. Your big opportunity might be right where you are now. Let that sink in for a minute. What is the big opportunity? You might be thinking, what? Right now, I'm struggling with this, and this, plus this, and that. What do you mean I have an opportunity right now? Everything's falling to pieces. I'm struggling to keep up. What are you talking about? Time. You have time to paint your fingernails. Surely you have less time now because the whole world's gone mad and we're frantically trying to make everything work. Well, yes and no. Because what we can do in this time is take a step back and look at the opportunity, because there is an opportunity available to you and to me right now. Now, let me be honest with you. I ran upstairs like a 2-year-old, lay on my bed and sobbed like a baby today. Yes, I did. I confess. I was just like, I can't do this anymore. It's too hard. I did just that. Ask my husband, he'll vouch for that. Because yes, there is that element of it is hard. And that's not because of what we're going through now. That's life. That's business. And I do that sometimes when everything's hunky-dory, because building a business is hard. If it were easy, everybody would be doing it. If it were easy to be a millionaire, everybody would be a millionaire. You know, it is hard. And the situation that you're facing now, it's hard. But it's not any more or less hard than a previous situation or a future situation. It is hard. It's a difficult situation you might be facing. And yes, act like a 2-year-old like me. I give you my blessing. Go lie in your bed, have a good sob. But you know what I did afterwards? I went and had a shower, did my hair, put on my makeup and said, come on, get back in the game. Get with it, because you have an important job to do. And my important job to do is to sit here and talk to you tonight. That's one of the things that I know that I'm meant to be doing. I know I'm meant to be a voice. I know I'm meant to be encouraging you in your journey. So thank you for listening to me and letting me encourage you. Now let me encourage you with this one quote. Your big opportunity might be where you are now. That's the truth. I believe that. So how does that work? Well, the first thing you need to do is you need to get out of your emotional brain. I don't know which side it's on, but let's just say it's this side. Get out of your emotional brain. Get out of the feelings and the anxiety and the panic and, oh my goodness, what's going to happen and the what ifs, and get out of that side, because that's emotional. You can't control what you can't control. Let's take a look at what you can control. What you have in your hand. Let's take a look at that. What do I mean by that? Take a pen and paper, write down everything that you feel you have right now in your business. If you want to focus on growing your business, in your business, okay? Take a look at what do you have right now that you can grow, build, monetize, and continue to build your business with. Just get into the logical side and just bullet point it. Perhaps you feel like you're struggling in your personal life. then do exactly the same. Take a pen and paper, get out of the emotional side, stop panicking about the kids and the husband or the lack of husband or whatever the situation is, and write down, what do you have right now? Get down to writing out what you have, because you have a lot more than you might think. You have a lot more to be grateful for than you might be expressing gratitude for. So the first thing you do is you take a look at what you have and you start being grateful for it. If you have breath in your lungs right now and you are breathing and you're able to watch this video, it means that you have your health, or maybe a version of health. Maybe you're not fully healthy, but you have breath in your lungs and you have internet access. Okay? You already have something that you can monetize and build a business on. That's all you need. One of the very first things that you have, which no one else in the whole wide world has, is your story. You have a story to tell, and your story is unique, and your story is what makes you special. Your story has a bit of drama in. Your story has some sadness in. Your story has a bit of success in. Your story has some victory in it. Your story has the makings of the most interesting telenovela. Novel. Your story, it is what you make it and how you use it. But I promise you, your story is interesting. You might think, oh, that's boring. I've written 29 books, and I think 26 of them are about my story. Seriously. And that's only up to 4 years ago. I can continue writing my story now, and I will do. But really, if you want to find out what you have that's of value, look no further than your story. And what lessons are there to learn? And how can people be encouraged by it? How do you want to use your story? Do you want to write your story? Are you interested in writing? Can you write a blog? Let's go down that path. If you can write a blog, you can start to build a following. You can monetize the blog purely by having Google Ads. You can monetize it further by having paid sponsorships. People will pay you a lot of money if you have a good following to put an article on your blog or to embed an advert, and the list goes on and on and on. So what have you got in your hand? Purely by taking your story and putting it into some written form, and I'm talking about the simplest, easiest, free, there's no charge, entry point, writing a blog, putting it online, building your following. Boom, you already have something that can generate income for you. And if that's what you enjoy doing, if you enjoy writing, you can take it so much further. You could write a book. You could write mini books. You could write a series of short stories. You could write tutorials. You could write self-help books. You could write novels. You could put all of this online, listen carefully, for free. You don't need to spend any money to write a book these days. You can put it onto Amazon, absolutely no money involved, and you can start selling your books. If you want to know how any of these things I'm going to tell you, I'll be more than happy to help you and to help you monetize your story. But I'm trying to show you how easy it is if you have an internet connection and you have enough health to get some words out and write. The avenues are endless. If you enjoy writing non-fiction, if you enjoy writing technical books, if you enjoy writing legal content, if you enjoy writing financial content, if you enjoy writing, you name it, home decor tips, if you enjoy writing absolutely anything, I'm trying to stress the point that if you can write anything, you can monetize it. And purely with that one thing, with your story, and now I've moved on to your expertise, you already have a way that you could earn a living. And I don't think there's anybody out there at all that is exempt from this. So you could write little tutorials and put them in ebook format. In fact, I've got a webinar coming up next Friday, the something of April, 3rd or 4th of April, called How to Create Multiple Streams of Income, where I'm going to be taking a look at this very thing and showing you the practical side, of the technical side of how to take your story or take your expertise and package it into various forms so that you can earn a living. So you can find that on our website if you go womensbusiness.club/multiple-streams-of-income. Okay, I will save you the hassle and I'll put the link in the description when I finish this video. Anyway, sorry, digress there. So what do you have in your hand? You have your unique story that you can use and you can package and you can put out there and you can monetize. And your story is ongoing because every morning that you wake up with breath in your lungs and internet access, you can continue to write your story because every day is a new day and every day your story has twists and turns. You can keep writing it. In fact, if you wake up one morning and you don't have internet access, you can still write it offline and post it the next day. You just need the ability to have your health and be healthy enough to write. Then the second thing is you have your expertise. You have experience or have studied or have expertise in an area where you know more than someone else in an area. Now, you could purely have written a blog post and published it and had comments on that blog post and set up Google Ads as just an example, and there's somebody else who doesn't know how to do that. In their eyes, you're the expert that they need help with. Can you see how simple it is? I'm dumbing it down because I want to show you how simple it is. Now, you may have studied an MBA or you may have a PhD in a subject. You have immense expertise that another person doesn't have, and you can package that accordingly. So I'm talking about the most basic expertise. You may know how to get nail polish stain out of a white duvet cover, she says, looking around at the things that need stains removing. In my eyes, you're an expert in stain removal. You could write tutorials on that and give us tips on that. I'm not going to linger too much there, but I just want to really labor the point that you have something in your hand already. Now, you may already have an established business. You may already have tons of resources available online. You already may have more in your hand than you realize. But again, how are you using it? Can you repackage it? Can you repurpose it? Can you afford to put some budget behind it and do some Facebook or LinkedIn ads, maybe some Twitter ads, or do some SEO and some Google AdWords? Are you able to put some money behind it? Are you able to print out some leaflets to pop through letterboxes in the future? Not right now. The point is, you have something in your hand that's of value. And one of our biggest problems in business is we become familiar with what we've got. I'm guilty. I'm as guilty as the next person. Sometimes we don't understand our value and our worth. So when you've written down your list of what you have in your hand, start to look at how you can package it. Now, I've covered the written form. You may not like that idea. You might think, I'm not a writer. That's fine. Don't write. Please, if you're not passionate about writing, don't write. Why do something that you're not passionate about? Because there are many other ways that you can package your material. You're not a writer, you don't want to write, you have options. Your first option is, if you have a budget, you can get a ghostwriter or a copywriter, and you can pay somebody to write things up for you. You can talk to them and they can just write it up for you. The second thing is you could start a podcast. Again, we used to want to get on the radio. We needed to be heard. And we still can. You can get on the radio. There are ways to get on the radio. I can help you with that too. But really, we have a radio that doesn't cost us anything, that we can get our message out there, get it heard, and that is by creating a podcast. Create your own podcast and talk about your expertise. You may not want to write, but you certainly can speak. Right? You create a podcast. You can do an audio podcast, which is fantastic because you can actually really plan ahead what you want to say. You could do a video podcast. If you do video podcast, I highly recommend you export the audio and do an audio podcast too. You could do live videos like I'm doing now. You can do pre-recorded videos. You can do forums where you go online and you encourage people to ask you questions about your story or your expertise. There's so much you can do. We used to want to be on TV. How do we get on TV? Oh, it'd be so nice to get on TV. But we have everything we need now to have our own TV. We can publish video content on a wide range of platforms and get our message out there. And monetize it. Everything can be monetized. From the smallest advert to getting sponsors to charging for your services. You can create webinars. You can create tutorials. You can create training courses. There's so much you can do. It's unbelievable how much we have available to us in this day and age. A site that I like to use, and there are many other ones, but I can't recommend them because I haven't experienced them, but Udemy, fantastic site for creating courses and putting them out there. And Udemy, you create your course, you put it out there, and they do a lot of marketing for you. So we get a steady stream of income from courses that we just create and put out there and leave them there. Don't even do any marketing for them. I don't recommend that. You could do much better and create a lot more money if you market them, but it's not our core business, and so we don't put too much behind it. What else do you have in your hand? Are you an artist? Do you think that your business is doomed now because no one's going to come to your gallery, or no one's going to come and buy art from you? Have you considered maybe doing some tutorials online? I would find it so interesting to watch you paint. And if you can get a little bit of tech expertise, you could do a time lapse where you start the blank canvas and you do a tutorial of how you do something. And oh my goodness, I would be mesmerized for ages. There's no reason why you can't do something very creative with your business. And then you can do video tutorials, how to paint what I just painted, or how to draw what I just drew. And then you can do step by step, and you can teach technique, and you charge for it. You don't want to give this away. This is your livelihood. That's just one random example. Artists, musicians, anything in the creative industry. Again, you can do so much. If you're an artist, you could be looking at how you can train people online, how you can be selling your art online, how you can be doing creative things like auctions, like run some auctions on your art and see how well you do there. So much you can do. What else do you have in your hand? I can't go through every profession and every industry and every possibility with you tonight. That would take forever. You know what you've got inside of you. You know that you have a story. I've told you so. You do have a story. I'm not asking if you do. I'm telling you, you have a story. Your story is valuable. Your story is interesting. You have expertise. There's something that you know that someone else doesn't know. That's an expertise that they would value, and they would pay for you to teach them how to do it in some form, written, video, one-on-one, through a Zoom call, etc., etc. You have perhaps compassion. Maybe you're one of those people that really care about other people. And so you can say, well, I can mentor you, I can walk with you, I can listen to you, and I can be there for you to help you get through something. I don't recommend doing that if you're not inclined in that way, because some people really shouldn't be mentoring. They shouldn't be a soundboard. They shouldn't be coaching. Don't just do things for the money. Find what's inside of you. Find who you are. Find a way to express that and find a way to monetize that. So I'm really passionate about your business, about your journey. I know that you can break through into the next level of success. The entire Women's Business Club is set up based around our success story system, where we look at where you are and where you want to be in your business or your career, and how you can break through to that next level of success. The problem with many business men and women in this day and age is that they give up right before the breakthrough. They don't know that the breakthrough is the next day or around the next corner, because it is hard and you've got to keep pushing. And sometimes you feel like you can't go on anymore. And that's when Women's Business Club is the most valuable. We can sell you membership benefits. We can sell you tutorials. We can offer you all sorts of things. But the real gold, the real value in Women's Business Club are those moments when you would have given up and you didn't, because you connected with other businesswomen in the club and they cheered you on and you pushed through and you had that breakthrough. I cannot put a price tag on that, and I cannot sell it to you. That's part of what we're about. But hand in hand with how we can support you and cheer you on is that we get very practical. And so we have business resources, business tutorials, business templates, business training, mentoring. I can go on and on and on. Ways that we can support you in your business in a very practical way. So you don't have to spend a fortune trying to access what you need in your business. It's available. So if you join us, everything that you need to support you in your business is available to you. So I encourage you tonight to, if you need to go and throw your toys at the cart or go have a sob or scream into your pillow, by all means, we all need to do that from time to time. My encouragement to you tonight is get up, put your big girl pants on, put your makeup on, do your hair. Don't slobber around in your pajamas all day, every day. Every now and then, just get up and make yourself feel good and say, right, I'm going to do it. If you need to stand up and do the Wonder Woman pose, do that. Break through into the next level of success because you have something valuable. And I'd hate to see that wasted because you had a bad day or a bad week or a bad month. Remember that we're here for you. We had to support you. There's an entire national network that will rally around you, will share your business, will offer advice, will buy from you, will connect you, leverage the expertise in our community, piggyback on the Women's Business Club, is our incredible reach. Our members, we share you, we share your products and services across our incredible national reach. There's just so much that we want to do to support you. And I'm going to pop my webinar in the comments as well coming up. And my webinar, I'm going to go into pretty much similar things I discussed with you tonight, but in a lot more detail. And I'm going to talk to you about the tech that's available, the free tech that's available to support you in automating multiple streams of income. So I'm not just talking about creating multiple streams of income in your business. I'm going to be talking about how you can create automated multiple streams of income in your business. And so I'm really excited about sharing that with you next Friday. I think it's just £10, so it's very, very affordable. And I think the value you're going to get from it is going to be phenomenal. Think, multiples in return on investment for the little investment that you make. So that's it from me. Thank you for listening. I hope that was encouraging. If you have any questions, just pop a comment below and I will look at the questions and get back to you. If you need any support, get in touch. Any of our social media platforms, if you direct message, you'll encounter a real person. Hop on our website. If you email us, you'll encounter a real person. There's a team of us here waiting, ready and willing and able to support you. If you want to send us an email, it's hello@womensbusiness.club and that will be distributed to the relevant team member. So have a lovely evening and I look forward to hearing what you do with what you have available to you right now. Bye.